Hi guys, welcome back to the next zip code. Today I'm going to go over one of my purpose-built rifles. This is a little bit unique to what some builds are, and I had an idea for what I wanted with this gun and was able to build something maybe not quite exactly what I was hoping for, but nonetheless it is unique. This rifle is built in a MK machine Bullpup chassis. It is designed to be able to accept the Remington 700 action or variants of that action. What I have in the chassis is a Defiance Deviant Tactical short action chassis. They also make this in long action, or at some point MK will be making one in long action. At least that's what their website says. So this gun is in the Bullpup configuration. The bolt is back here where the cheek riser is. This chassis is fully adjustable. The cheek riser can be adjusted around. Your length of pull can be adjusted. Your butt pad can be positioned up and down however it fits into your shoulder. It's designed to be able to take the AICS magazines. It has an ARCA rail that is machined into the front underneath the chassis forearm, and it has this shroud that goes over top of your barrel so that you can mount an optic. The barrel that I have on this action is a Hawk Hill 16.5 inch 1 twist 308 Winchester chambered barrel. One thing I did not mention about the chassis is that it comes with its own proprietary Timney trigger. Now how that works is that there's a series of rods on both sides inside this chassis. There's some channels inside, all held together by screws and points where there's a little tension, and it works with the trigger. So it takes a little bit of adjusting. It took a little bit of time for my gunsmith to figure out exactly how that trigger works. The guys at MK Machine were really helpful to help us be able to get the gun up and running reliably, and also so that there was so that we could work with the chassis as it is designed. How I have this gun set up, I have it a scope base rail for the action. I have rigged it up so that I have a Caldwell brass catching bag, and with that it reliably ejects the spent cartridges, the brass, into this bag, so I don't have to worry about losing my brass, whether it's snowing, mud, dirt, or just losing it in the leaves. I have a US Optics bubble level that is mounted on the rail on the front, and that works excellent. Up front on the fore end, mounted to the ARCA rail, I have a Atlas PSR bipod. It works well for shooting prone. One thing about this rifle, as it's set up, it is not light. I was hoping that it would be easy to carry around and a lighter gun to pack, but it is not. So as it's sitting configured without ammunition in the gun, we're talking that right here configured as is 14 pounds 8 ounces. So definitely not a lightweight gun. It could be heavier, but it's not exactly something that is easy to carry around in the mountains. On the front of it, we have a Thunder Beast 338 Ultra suppressor. I have a couple of these. I really like them. Very, very quiet, and that is the purpose of using that suppressor. I'm tempted sometimes to buy a designated like 30 cal suppressor, but I don't know if it's going to be able to really quiet things down as much as what this 338 Ultra will, and it is very quiet, so I really like that. Now on top, because this gun is not designed to shoot past 500 yards, I put one of my thermals on top of it, and the one that I have put on for now is the Pulsar Trail 2 XP50 with the LRF, which is their integrated rangefinder on the side of this unit. Now this unit is has just made me very satisfied with its capabilities. It can detect very well. I've tested it out to 1,500 yards with no problem. The detection of heat signature is much farther. You can basically, it's to infinity. As far as you can see, you're going to be able to tell if like a house or something like that is warmer. You'll be able to see that. Another thing is that I have the Ergo Tactical straight grip on this. I have these on a lot of my guns and AR-15s. I just personally like the feel of them. They work well. So this gun was designed so that I could pack it up small, put it in a backpack, obviously be able to use it for daytime or nighttime shooting, have it short and compact and easy to deploy and accurate as well. So it does fill that purpose. The one downfall that I would say about it is that it is quite heavy, and also with just knowing how all the linkage works inside this chassis, I don't know about long-term reliability of how this gun will continue to perform if it was subjected to hard use. So one of the problems that I see with this type of a design is that if something were to go wrong internally with the rods, they're just held together by little nut or little screws that are tightened down. If for some reason they would come a little bit loose and the rods were to come out of timing, then your trigger would not work properly. It'd be very simple for that to happen, and if for some reason it was if it just moved just the slightest amount. So that is a little bit of a negative I see. It just maybe not, there's more moving parts than what it would be nice to have for the for reliability's sake. But once we did have a little bit of an issue with the gun not firing because we didn't have the linkage quite set right when we first set it up. But like I said, with contacting the guys at MK Machine, they walked us through the process and helped us be able to adjust it. So since then, like I said, I have not probably put but 50 rounds through it since they helped me, but we have not had another issue with that, with the trigger. So the finish on the rifle is a Cerakote. The gun builder Michael Garnett has put the gun all together. He chambered the barrel. He put the Cerakote on. I personally really like the distressed look. I think he did a great job on it, as he's done with all the guns that I have as far as putting them together and making them a quality rifle. So the trigger on this is set very light. I have it set at 10 ounces and it works really well. Now there's just a slight amount of creep. I like my triggers so that when you put your finger, you can put your full weight of your finger on it so that you can have really good dexterity and feel it good, but then I want it to be able to go off when my brain says go. I don't want to have to work at it at all. I want my full pad of my finger to be able to set on the trigger. That's just me. If you're different, you know, that's totally fine. And I would not recommend a trigger set so light unless you are very comfortable with shooting a trigger such as this. So you have just enough for that you can feel the trigger fully. You move this a little bit, and like there's a little bit of just a very slight amount of creep, and the gun goes off. So it's easy to get used to. I don't have a problem with this trigger. Your safety is located in the front of the trigger guard, and it's easy to activate. So you can just pull it back, and it is on. Trigger does not go off at all. It's very, very solid. Very, very solid. And then you take it off and you're good to go. So one thing you can't do, which is not just something unique about this chassis system, but there's a lot of guns that do it, is that you cannot put your gun back on safety until you lift your bolt handle. So once you do that, you can put it back on safety. I mean, there's not a problem there with safety, obviously, because once you fire, you're gonna have a empty round in the chamber, and you just have to remember that when you lift your bolt then and eject your spent shell, then is the time that you put your safety on. You can't do it before that. So and that, like this, once suppose there was a live round in, you can put your safety on and you can take it off, but then you cannot put back on your safety now. Instead, you lift this up, eject your shell, now you can put your safety on. So that's how the safety works, and there's other companies that have much the same. So this is kind of like a purpose-built rifle. It works good. I have not taken it coyote hunting yet. I think it would work really good. Obviously, I could use an Arca rail, put it on one of my tripods, and it would work really, really good. It's short, easy to maneuver, and for that, I really like it. But I'm just going to bring in another rifle right now just to show you the difference of another purpose-built 308 rifle as well. And now this rifle, let me set it up front here. Hopefully you can get an idea of what this one is in comparison to the other. Let's just move this one kind of over for now. So this rifle is much the same. So it's a 308. It is on a Manners, or in a Manners stock with their mini chassis system. Has a Vortex Gen 3 1-10 scope on top of it. Again, suppressed with Thunder Beast 338 Ultra. Now this is a proof carbon barrel. This is actually a 1 in 8.5 twist barrel, and this barrel is 16.5 as well. So with this gun, has more of a traditional feel. This gun also, with the stock, has the folding stock, so you can fold it and you can take off your suppressor, and when you do that, if I can show you here, get this to stick in, there we go, like that. Then if we pull this back, you can see that regardless, okay, so this is 16-inch, that's lined up about perfect. The MK chassis with the 16.5-inch barrel is slightly longer, just slightly, than the same configuration, has the same action. This is a Defiance Deviant Tactical as well action. So it is slightly longer in the chassis, but you're at complete set up. So you don't have to unfold your stock. You're not going to be able to, obviously you can fire a shot in this configuration with the manners, but you're not going to have anything to put up against your shoulder, and so that would not be inducive to accuracy. So this is a better set up system, ready to go at a short in a short configuration. So I like that. However, for carrying it, I do like the manners. I like the feeling of the manners. It's just personal preference. This is the MK machine is not maybe as comfortable for me to shoot just because of the configuration, but that's kind of the whole point. Well, it's not the point to make it uncomfortable, but the point is to make this into a bullpup. So you know what you're buying. You're not into this expecting the most comfortable rifle that you can. There's a purpose behind this gun, that you're wanting it short, and so it does that well. It does what it's designed to do. So I can't fault it for that at all. I just wanted to show you in comparison to what you could build as well with the Manor stock, folding stock, or any folding stock, to be able to get that short rifle as well. Now, the difference in weight, of course, this is more weight on top with a thermal, and the chassis is a little more weight as well, but loaded, and that's loaded with loaded ammunition. By the way, this is not loaded, but this gun loaded, because I use this for hunting in the mountains. Do need to get a lighter weight gun still for hunting in the mountains, because it's pretty crazy still. But this gun is just a little over 12 pounds loaded. So we're talking 2 pounds less with the Manners stock than what we have with the MK machine chassis. However, the balance, I will have to say, the balance of this gun is very, very good. Right there at the point, that's one of the things about the MK, is that the weight distribution is super, super nice. Very, very balanced. For offhand shooting, it is really, really comfortable to shoot, easy to get on target. It's very compact. I mean, as you can see, if I flip these up, and if I hold it like so, I mean, it's very, very easy, well balanced to be able to shoot. Feels great. So I do like the balance of it. The weight distribution is really nice. The Manners is gonna be a little bit more to the front, but it's still not bad. It's just different, it's more of your typical configuration with a stock. This is better balanced, putting the weight more back into the shooter's arm. So I gotta say that's a plus too. Accuracy wise, they are both plenty accurate for shooting out to 500 yards. I will say that I shoot the same ammunition through both of them, the exact same load. Everything's exactly the same. My go-to load for both these guns, is a Sierra Match King tipped bullet. That's the 175K. I'm sorry, 175 grain. Sierra Match King, and that's the green tipped that I shoot, and they are I love those bullets. They are very, very accurate, and they do a great job on deer as well. A lot of people say not to hunt with a match bullet, but I can attest that shooting a Sierra Match King with the green tips, they do a very good job on terminal performance on a a deer-sized game. Super. I shot one this year, a really nice buck at 293 yards, and took the top of his heart rate out, and he went maybe 10 steps, and that was it. It was a perfect scenario. So I am a 308 fan. I really like the cartridge. I think that for what you can do with it in these short barrels, it still delivers a lot of terminal performance at distance, comparing to smaller bore diameter cartridges. So that's just kind of a wrap up on what a couple of my purpose-built rifles are, really focusing more on the rifle from MK Machining that I have, as far as not the rifle that I have, but that I have in this chassis. So I really like the way it turned out. Would I build another one, or would I recommend one to an individual? Well, that's going to be up to you. Me personally, I built it for the purpose that I did, and I'm not sad that I did it. What I would say is that if you are going to build one, hopefully this would help you be able to make the decision to go for it or not, with some of the things that I've talked about. But it seems to be a it goes bang. So that's and it shoots accurately. At some point, we'll take this out to the range and we'll go through it more. One thing I would, a fellow YouTuber I'd like to give a shout out to, I would highly recommend, if you like this kind of a video format, go look up Christopher Brusa. He is in North Carolina, and he does a lot of tabletop reviews of some of his rifles. He has some very unique rifles as well. I've watched every last video he produces, and I'm hoping to see him producing more soon. So he's just been starting out over the last year. He's doing well. He just had a 500 subscriber giveaway. He's going to do another subscription giveaway when he gets to 1,000 subscribers, and I believe it's a 6 Creedmoor that he's going to give away. So the guy's not messing around. I'll link his name here in the video, but it's Christopher Brusa, and I really enjoy his content. So hopefully this helps somebody, and next time you see this rifle, hopefully I'll be behind it, and we'll see what it can do at out on the range. So until then, stay safe and shoot straight.